So here in Moodle, we're going to have a look at how we can manage our blocks in Moodle. So these are the blocks that appear on the right-hand side of our page, and they're different on your dashboard and your home page. We're looking at the dashboard here than they are within your courses. So if we jump into a course here, you'll see we have a different set of blocks there. So the first thing we can do is either on the dashboard or in the courses is we can hide and display those blocks. So you just want to note that if you're not seeing those blocks on the right hand side, then the first thing to check is that they're not hidden. The little left hand pointing arrow will show you the blocks or display them. And the same when you're in a course. If we jump into a course, then we can hide and show those blocks. So how do we add and remove blocks? If we come to the dashboard, then you can see we can turn edit mode on, and that will give us this add a block option. So if we click add block here, you can see we can add different blocks into the right hand side of our dashboard here. This will be different to the course page itself. So for instance, we might check the grade me option and add that, and that will give you any assignments that are due to be graded. So you can see under grade me it's showing different courses, where there's been one submission for these different assignments, or where there's been 21 submissions for this assignment. So a useful block to add. If we want to remove blocks, we can click on the little gear icon on the top right of any block and click delete for that specific block, and it will remove it from that menu on the right hand side. Now, if we jump into a course, there's a few different blocks that you might want to add. So the first one I'd encourage to add is the quick mail block, which will allow you to keep in touch with your students. So we can add quick mail here. We can also reorganize this as well. So if I drag this up, you can see it's moving it above the Kaltura Media Gallery. If you're teaching online, then the Kaltura Media Gallery is a block you'd need to add to be able to start an online meeting room if you're using Kaltura within your courses. So we have some other blocks in here as well. One of my favorites is the completion progress block, which will show you which parts of a course you've completed. So you can see myself, I've completed these 2 elements of this course, and then there are other elements which I can see are not yet due. They'd be showing red if they were due, but it shows me kind of what's been done and what's not been done in that course. If I click overview of students as an instructor, then it will show me any students that are listed in that course and any assignments they've not completed. So you can see Barney Rubble here is late with the introduction to landforms assignment here. This gets useful when you have a lot of students. You want to see different assignments they're working on. If we go back here to the main page, then again, we can reorganize those blocks. We can remove any blocks that we've added. Now, one other thing that can happen as well is the course index on the left behaves very similarly to the block. So if we click this X, it's going to hide it, and you see you get this little list icon that will allow you to open and show that as well. So if anything seems hidden, then often there's a button to reveal it. If we work on a mobile device or a smaller screen, then you may find, if we move all the way down, that you're running out of space for some of this content in the middle, and this is where hiding or showing these elements on the left and right are useful. So hiding the course index or the block drawer on the right is useful. If we make this even smaller, then you can see that arrow to reveal the blocks pops down to the bottom there. So we actually move that down to the bottom. So on a smartphone or smaller screen, you might see that arrow down at the bottom of your screen there. So if we open this up and click add block one more time, then we can also add things like the grade me block within this course as well. So you can see there's nothing to grade yet, but as soon as we have a submission added for one of these assignments, then that will pop up. If we click add block again, then another really useful block to add is the read speaker. So if you're looking to improve the accessibility of your course, then read speaker is useful on your course page and also in things like quizzes as well. Now, one last thing we can do here with our blocks on the right hand side is we can add custom blocks as well. So if I click add a block, then we can add our own custom type or even some HTML within a text block. So I'm going to come down to my text block here, and you can see I've got a new text block down at the bottom of my blocks on the right hand side, and I've got some pre-prepared HTML that I'm just going to paste in here, but you can also type in here, add images, any kind of information that you want. So we'll just leave the title blank, and then we're going to open this up and just click the HTML button, delete anything that's there, and I'm going to paste in some pre-formatted HTML that I've got. So you can see, save those changes, and we have added in a kind of quick course information block on the right hand side. So we want to provide kind of a quick piece of information that's always accessible within our course, then we can include a custom HTML block there on the right-hand side. Super easy to do. And then once we've added that as an HTML item, when we come to configure it, we can obviously modify this without actually having to go into the HTML. We can change our name and so on and so forth. We'll cancel that, turn our edit mode off. So that's a quick overview of how to add and delete and work with the blocks drawer on the right-hand side, and also the course index on the left-hand side. If you do have any questions, then please do get in touch.